Welcome to the Trademark Attorney Live. Today, we're going to talk about how brands are being threatened and some brands are being destroyed by fakes online. So, if you've been watching my channel, you know that we at ESCA have been helping brands fight fakes and take back ownership of their companies online. But it's the evolution of counterfeiting and fakes has truly reached an unprecedented level. I've been doing this for a while and watching the evolution from the past, even just the past 10 years, to see what, number one, how fast the speed of counterfeiting and fake is. Number two, the scope and the size. It used to be that we would just monitor platforms, a handful of platforms for fake products. Now it's seemingly endless when you include standalone sites and the territories. It's not just U.S. markets; it's global. What happens is a company can go viral overnight, become really popular, and these aren't just companies that are insignificant. These are real companies that make anywhere from $10 million to $100 million in sales using social media or the internet. They become really big, and now they have problems of a Fortune 500 company, which are getting knocked off. So we're working with these types of companies to really build out three things. Number one, look at their IP and see what protections they have and what they don't have. So we'll work with them on a global level to build out their intellectual property protections. What happens is a company will work with a traditional smaller attorney because someone said, hey, you need a trademark. So maybe they only protect the word of the trademark and they do it in the US. Now they've gone viral overnight. Their stuff's getting knocked off globally. We'll help clean up and protect the brand, not just with that one trademark of the word, but really on a more comprehensive level. We'll look at to see what we can do with copyright, design rights in the EU and the UK, patents. So we do that deep dive, and then we build the IP protection plan for the clients, and we protect their IP globally. The second piece is enforcement. We will build an online monitoring and enforcement program where it's a combination of takedowns, C&Ds, test buys, and for anything that is left over or anything that's really egregious, if clients have that big volume where it makes sense, we will litigate. So Leo is our new litigation attorney. We've been doing this for a couple of brands, building out these programs. And I just wanted to talk about some of the things that we're seeing in real time. So number one, working with a software vendor is critical because of the mass and the scope. So you want to get one, whether it's Core Search, Redpoints, whichever vendor is good for you. And then someone needs to be monitoring them. Either you can have outside counsel or someone on your team actually reviewing the listings. And you put them into buckets. Are we going to do a takedown? Are we going to do a C&D and a test buy? Or are we going to take further legal action and litigate? That is the piece that is the most complex. That's why you work with lawyers. And it's, think about it like war, right? You have an army general, you have someone who's sitting and looking at the battleground high up and figuring out what are our best tools and what are the tactics we're going to go about. So this is not a one size fits. A lot of lawyers who do these contingency programs will say, okay, yeah, just sue everyone. So what happens is you sue everyone, but a lot of the settlements are small because the counterfeiters know litigation game. They'll only settle for, they know if the brand settles for 2,000 and you have volume, the brand could be making over $1 million by settling with all of the sellers in mass with just, a few $1,000s in each settlement. So it's almost like it's the next level of whack-a-mole, where we all know takedowns were whack-a-mole. You can't just rely on takedowns, even though some companies will try to sell you on just doing takedowns. That doesn't solve the problem. We all who are in this field know that. you need litigation, you need C&Ds, you need test buys, but the litigation alone will not do it either, because the other side, they're sophisticated. This is next level of counterfeiting and knockoffs. They hire really good lawyers. You'd be surprised. They register patents, they register copyrights, they register trademarks. So they have tools to negotiate in settlement, but they also rely on, they're very aware of this game. So it's a battle. It's not a one size fits all. It's working with lawyers strategically to figure out what are the best tools for your company to utilize um, for the scope of what's involved and what's in front of you. So my main takeaways are: one, the game is changing, and we all know that technology is evolving every day. Every day it's different. So it's important to, well, one, it's important for us to give you real-time updates on what's going on, but two, it's also important for lawyers and brands to keep their fingers on the pulse, to have a modern brand protection program that isn't based on things we did, even last year. Stay ahead of this, and have a program in place. I think the where people get tripped up is they think it's expensive to do an enforcement program, but if you do it early and preventatively, it saves literally millions of dollars. We see it all the time. So for in-house counsel watching this, the biggest pain point I see you have to deal with is getting buy-in from your leadership. How to explain to leadership, well, we need brand protection, because if we don't, it's gonna hurt our brand. It's hard to talk about a problem that isn't so in their face. It's a subtle problem. It's a sneaky, subtle problem that could slowly, silently kill a brand. Which, if companies let it wait until the point where it becomes a high visibility problem, it's almost too late. Now you need to dump millions and millions of dollars into a legal strategy, when had the leaders taken the time to listen to in-house counsel early, actually build a program, it would be a fraction of the cost, and the problems probably never would have arisen to that level to begin with. So those are some of our takeaways. I will periodically go live to just touch base with you all and give real-time updates on what's going on. Feel free to share if you're a practitioner and you're seeing evolution in this field, as I know we all are. Please comment, share. We're in it together, because this is it's the wild world of counterfeiting and fakes out here. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you all next week.